Welcome to the Chasing Brighter podcast.
The podcast created as a guide to make midlife the best life.
Are you ready to embrace the next chapter of your life with confidence and excitement? Your best life is just a listen away.
Hi, Kelly. Are you ready to talk about fall fitness for mental clarity?
Yes.
I talk about this a lot, but like when we're younger, we're like, oh, movement is so we can wear a bikini. But I think one of the things we want to connect and get you listeners to understand is just how wonderful fitness is for mental clarity. We really want to tap into kind of a different why than maybe it's been on the past, and just why there are so many incredible benefits to movement.
Before diving in to another all or nothing approach to fitness, let's take a different perspective on this whole thing.
As the air turns crisp and the days grow shorter, fall brings a natural sense of momentum, and the slow pace of summer gives way to new routines, fresh energy, and a renewed desire to reset or recommit to personal goals.
This season is the perfect time to reconnect with both your body and your brain, because true fitness isn't just about how we look. It's about how we feel. And especially as we get older, it's so much more important to think about that as well. So this is about creating strength, stamina, and self-trust from the inside out.
Yeah, we're talking about fitness that strengthens your mind just as much as your muscles, because movement that supports mental clarity, emotional regulation, and nervous system health is so incredibly impactful. We'll explore how to build routines that feel nourishing and not punishing, and how to listen to your body's cues instead of chasing unrealistic expectations.
Fall is your invitation to move intentionally, not with intensity. It doesn't have to be with intensity. This is about building consistency over perfection. Choose movement as a tool for well-being, not just another box to check. I want to shift the focus from fixing your body and like the things you want to do, the things you don't like about your body, the things you want to change about your body, the things that you know you need to do with your body. Stop thinking about it that way. This is about fueling yourself and your life.
Isn't just about burning calories. It's a powerful form of emotional release and regulation. I talk about this a lot because I exercise for mental clarity, for sure, for my mental health. And when we approach fitness from a mind-body perspective, it becomes more than a physical routine. It becomes a tool for mental clarity, stress relief, and self-trust.
You know, exercise has this amazing ability to calm the nervous system, stabilize your mood, and create a stronger sense of resilience. It really is a free drug in that way. And, it connects us with our bodies.
Yes, exactly. And today we want to focus on the 3 mental benefits of movement. Number 1, mood regulation, like Kelly's talking about, right? Endorphins. Movement triggers the release of endorphins, which are our brain's natural mood boosters. Even a 10-minute walk can increase serotonin, reduce cortisol, which is a stress hormone, right? Serotonin is a happy hormone, and help shift us out of an anxious or overwhelmed state.
I love this. And I think, it's also, think about that mood. You can also think about when you're feeling tired. Sometimes it's literally getting up and going outside and walking around the block, walking down the street, whatever it is, can really help snap you out of that. So we also want to talk about the fact that this helps you get confidence in keeping your promises to yourself. So showing up for a walk, a stretch, or a workout, even if it's short, it builds self-trust, because you need to kind of trust yourself in this, especially when it comes to mind, body, soul. So every time that you follow through, you're reminding yourself, I am capable and I can depend on me.
It's that self-trust
so
piece,
important,
right? If you say you're going to do something and then you do it, it builds your confidence.
Yes. It's like, again, we talked about like how you talk with a friend, like it's the same thing, right? Like your friend is depending on you, you're dependent on yourself
Yeah.
in that way. So really kind of being your own friend that you can
A
trust.
final piece of how, exercise has mental benefits, how movement has mental benefits, is it's discipline without self punishment. I think the word discipline has such a bad rap. I remember learning this when I really started my social work career and I had to do a lot of parenting classes. In a book I read, discipline means to teach. And I think a lot of times when we are parenting, right, if you're a fellow parent out there, you want to punish your kids. But really, discipline means to teach. So, true discipline is about showing up with consistency, not forcing yourself through punishment, and it's rooted in compassion. So, this is where movement becomes sustainable when it's driven by care and not criticism. And again, then that follows with so many mental health benefits of being disciplined and consistent with
Hmm.
moving your body.
Yeah, no, and I love the
Yeah.
idea of just showing up, right? I mean, I think that's really sometimes half the battle. So we want to get into some fall
Yes.
fitness tips to really make movement more meaningful. So as everyone knows, fall is a really great time of transition. And we want to talk to you about how maybe you can let your fitness practice
Yeah.
reflect that rhythm. So instead of chasing perfection or aesthetics, lean into movement that grounds and
I
energizes and
love
aligns
this
you.
one. Pick a theme and not a goal. One of the things too that helps us is like we think, oh, if I get to this goal, then I'll feel this way. And if I get to this goal, I'll feel this way. But if we recognize the journey, right, and pick a theme, then that allows us to ditch rigid goals and choose a theme for the season. So here are some examples of some themes: movement for clarity, strong body, steady mind. I definitely need a steady mind. This is why I'm doing all the movement. And a theme of calm through consistency. And let that theme guide your choices and allow for flexibility within that.
Listeners, you didn't hear us say
Yeah.
exercise 5 days a week, put in 30 minutes every workout. So this is about, get over some of those things because I tend to fail when I set those
Mm-hmm.
types of commitments. But if I think about things in this way, right?
Yeah.
Movement for clarity or calm through consistency. This is about just getting that time, getting that
It
piece
takes
of
away the
that
pressure
moment
of
of
it.
time of fitness. Yeah, it doesn't have to be measured. It doesn't have to be quantified. It's really about what is that true like theme
Mm-hmm.
that I want to go after. The other thing that I absolutely love is walk and reflect or hike and unplug. So you can use nature as a mental reset. Just being outside. Fall's a perfect season to do that and to pair movement with mindfulness. In many places, you're not like sweating your butt off. Maybe in Vegas you
Mm-hmm.
are, unless you're getting up early. Maybe it's a little cooler in the mornings. Leave your phone behind. Just breathe deeply and let your thoughts wander and settle and enjoy nature and be outside. And just, it's one of those things where movement is
Yes.
meditation
Yes.
in
I
this.
love that. I have really let hiking slip, and I do love hiking and walking. And so I want to sit with that a little bit. And I think my theme will be connecting with nature. And so then what will that look like for
I
me?
love that.
Finally,
Yeah.
something fun to think about is trying a new class or a challenge with a friend. So, when we inject fun and accountability into your routine, that really switches things up. So, try a dance class, a bar class, a yoga flow, a 30-day challenge together. Shared movement boosts mood and strengthens social bonds. And that's a powerful wellness enhancer. We do have that if you have an Apple Watch, there's always like little badges you can earn for the month. And that can be fun too
Hmm.
if you feel like you don't have a friend you can do that with. But let's do it. Okay, do we want to challenge each other? Or do we want to try something new? What do we want to do?
Yeah. I mean, that's a good question. I was
Okay.
thinking about trying something new. I think that would be a fun thing to do. There's always new classes or new
Yeah.
businesses or new anything to try. Or like if you have a membership somewhere, maybe there's a class they offer that you haven't tried yet. just to do something a little
Okay, I
different to
really would
kind of
like
shake it up.
to. In Pilates, we have a chair workout. Look it up. It's crazy. I've done a couple
Oh, that
chair
sounds cool.
things. And so I'm going to try a chair. I'm going to try to carve out my schedule to try a chair thing. And I still would like to take a pickleball lesson. So I'll keep you posted,
Oh,
listeners, on
yes.
what I'm going to try to do here. And then let's look at how we can strengthen our mental game. We have a couple tips here.
Yeah. So, the first one in terms of our mental game is to really reframe motivation. So motivation isn't a goal, it's a result of an action. So you're not always going to feel motivated. That's okay. What matters is showing up anyway, anchored in that why and that theme. So this isn't about intensity, it's about consistency. So think about that, because that consistency is what
Yeah, just
creates
showing up.
change. So, every morning you might wake up and think you're going to go to the gym, you're going to do all these things. The other day I went to the gym and my time kept getting compressed. And I did I did a little bit of cardio and I did two strength
Mm-hmm.
things, and that was it. And I thought, you know what? That was not at all what I had planned. I had a whole list of things, but you know what? I
Yeah.
showed up, and I'm just really trying to stay consistent because I do know, the more that consistency happens, there's going to be days you feel
Yeah.
strong and you're going to do more. And there are days that you aren't and you're not. And so you just have to kind of keep
I
going
would
at it.
say I'm a year and a half into having a personal trainer, and it's very rare that I'm like, woohoo, I'm going to the gym. This is amazing. Like every time I'm like, and so I think what matters is the consistency, and I showed up for myself. And you may not feel the motivation, but I think that consistency has built a sense of satisfaction in myself, right? And a lot of self trust. Another tip here when we're looking at strengthening your mental game is using mantras to power through. Your brain listens to the stories that you tell it. So we've got a couple options here, and obviously you can make your own, but I can do hard things. Strong mind, strong body, one breath at a time. So use these as anchors during a tough workout or on a hard day, and they shift your mindset from doubt to power. I tell myself show up, or just, that's so Nike of me. Just do it. I think I tell myself just do it.
I find myself doing that too. But what I think about too, Jess, is it's like sometimes I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do this. But then I'm like, okay, like I'm checking with my body. Like, how am I feeling? Like, I don't want to do this, but like, I'm just going to keep, like I went for a jog the other day. I just kept
Yeah.
jogging, right? Like I didn't stop because I'm like, my knee's not, I don't feel any pain. I'm not like extensively
Mm-hmm.
cardioing or whatever it is. Like there's within this world of like checking in and really thinking about that. Like I can do hard things. Like I can push through this realistically one step at a time. That was
Yeah.
my mantra,
When
one
I
step at a
do
time.
my workouts from my trainer, I use the Futures app, and you can change it. And so sometimes you just touch it and you change it. And I was like, I'm not feeling it. And I'll put it in there and I'll tell her I switched. I wasn't feeling lunges today. I don't want to do it. And I just change it. And so just allowing yourself to adapt, or I'll be like, I left the workout early, and I'll message her and say, I left the workout early. And it's like allowing for you, like you're saying, sometimes we have to tap into ourselves. It's important that we show up, but it may look differently that day, and just giving yourself compassion.
Yeah. Yeah. And, our prompt on this, something to think about is what movement makes you feel most connected to
That's a
your
great one.
power?
When you move
I
your
love it.
body with intention, you calm your mind. When you prioritize consistency over perfection, you build resilience. That's what I was getting to, right? I feel like I've built resilience for myself. And when you shift your fitness from
Hmm.
something you have to do to something that supports your mental health, you create a practice that fuels you all season long.
Strong body, strong mind,
Mm,
strong season. That's what we want from you. So if this sparked a fall wellness goal for you, definitely send us a note on Instagram, shoot us an email. a screenshot and tag us on social media with Chasing Brighter. But we really want, what is it? What's your vision? You know, what is it that's your goals for the fall? Thanks for listening today.
If you loved today's episode, share with a friend.
Are you ready to chase brighter days ahead? Subscribe to Chasing Brighter now, and let's embark on this exciting journey together.